Greetings from the International Labour Organization's Cooperatives Unit, where we are commemorating its centenary. On the occasion of this centenary, we have initiated a series of interviews with people who are promoters and supporters of cooperatives, cooperators, ILO ex-officials, current ILO officials, and today we have the pleasure of having Alex Soho with us. He's a lifelong promoter and supporter of cooperatives, and he's an ILO Senior Technical Officer on Agriculture and Rural Economy in the Fundamental Principles and Rights branch of the ILO. Welcome, Alex. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Simel, and congratulations for the ILO COOP centenary. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about my experience with cooperative movement as an ILO staff. Thank you.
Yes, in fact, even prior to joining the ILO, you were involved with cooperatives. Could you tell us a little bit of that? How did you get started engaging with cooperatives?
Yes, indeed. My first contact with the cooperative movement was in November 1980 in Cameroon as a technical staff of the Department of Cooperation and Mutuality of the Ministry of Agriculture. And as I was studying the preparation of a thesis for a doctorate degree in economics at the University of Yaoundé, the cooperative movement appeared to be, for me, an obvious field of research. And within this Department of Cooperation and Mutuality, and during a 10 years period, I held various responsibility on cooperative development and organization, on cooperative education and training. And in particular, I worked on the registration of new cooperatives, on capacity building of cooperative members and board of directors and staff. I work on electoral processes and performance audit of agricultural producers and marketing and financial cooperatives. As a main contribution, I can recall the drafting, of the outcome document of the National Workshop on Cooperative Movement, which took place in Cameroon in 1988. And that national workshop set really the tune of the reform process of cooperative and rural organizations in Cameroon. And in that period also some internships and other training opportunities abroad on the management and development of agricultural and industrial cooperatives and on cooperative internal auditing, etc., allowed me personally to improve my understanding of cooperative matters and to interact also with many cooperative organizations abroad and to better support the cooperative movement in my country.
And how did you then get involved with the ILO on cooperative work?
Yeah, indeed. With this experience gained during 10 years, working at governmental level, within that Department of Cooperation and Mutuality, I joined the ILO in November 1990 as the national expert on cooperative management and development in the UNDP-funded ILO Cooperative Promotion Project. That project aimed to assist the country in the development of new legal framework on cooperative and grassroots organizations, as recommended by the July 1988 workshop I just mentioned above.
And could you just share with us a little bit the highlights of the work that you have done with multiple projects around cooperatives, cooperation at the ILO? What was it like? That's 30 years, no? What was it like working with cooperatives then in the Cameroon, in the region?
Yeah, starting from Cameroon and within the Cooperative Promotion Project, and with the collaboration of a team of German volunteers, I conducted technical and financial assessment of 12 cocoa and coffee producers and marketing cooperatives and their apex organizations called the Southwest Farmers Cooperative Union Limited, SOEFCO. I also advise board of directors and to get prepared really and to adjust to the upcoming liberalization of the economy and in particular of the cocoa and coffee marketing system. In 1992, and given the interest of many development partners, including the World Bank, European Development Fund, USAID, GTZ, French Development Agency, French Cooperation Mission, etc., they expressed really an interest to promote an autonomous cooperative movement in the country. So given that interest, the Central Unit for Rural Organization Reform was set up and took over the cooperative promotion project. And I was given the management responsibility of this project. And then as a chief technical advisor of that ILO COOP project, and over a period of 6 years, some of the work I did was like the coordination of the dissemination of the new legal framework. I'm talking about the 92 law on cooperative societies and common initiative groups, and the 93 law on economic interest group. So in addition to the dissemination of this new law, one of the achievements was, the setting up of the registry of cooperative societies and common initiative groups at national and provincial level. The training of the staff, were to work with that within that registry, and the development, of course, on the provision of tools and materials, for the startup activities of the cooperative registry. Through the project, I coordinated also, the design, the rollout of the fund door. It was a technical support fund for cooperatives and rural organizations, and also the conduct of an assessment on cooperative credit unions and other microfinance institutions for newly registered cooperative and related organizations, in view of facilitating, the access to institutional financial services to those newly created cooperative organizations. So that was really the main achievement within this this cooperative reform, what we used to call the cooperative reform program there in Cameroon. And following that experience, I had opportunity, to continue that work at regional level.
ACOPAM, no? The famous ACOPAM.
Exactly, as the expert in charge of cooperative promotion for ACOPAM, a regional cooperative program covering 6 North Sahel countries in Africa. And in parallel, I was also coordinating the ILO inter-regional programs, Corporate Form and CoopNet, for Central and West Africa and Madagascar. So that gave me the opportunity, to extend the support to about 20 countries, and where I had to assist national governments in formulating and implementing cooperative reforms, the designing of cooperative policies and projects, as well as capacity building of national staff on the implementation modalities, are some of the main achievements, at that time of this program. And more recently, within the ILO fundamental branch, my engagement with cooperative has been really on the design and facilitation of training, on the role of cooperatives in the fight against child labor. And this includes working with cooperative organizations, particularly apex organizations in countries like Malawi or Artisanal and Small Scale Miners Association, countries like Niger, the Philippines, or Ghana, or supporting trade unions to extend their reach to the rural economy and to promote rural producers cooperative. There is the case of Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Uganda. And particularly, and this is very, very important, really very strong coordination and collaboration with the ILO cooperative branch to develop and pilot, information, education, and communication material, as well as, training packages on the role of cooperatives, in eliminating child labor. What can I keep, from all this work? I think working with the cooperatives and supporting the movement has really been for me a privilege, a privilege of, witnessing the benefit of this solidarity and collaboration. The privilege also of helping people, to count on themselves first. The privilege of supporting disadvantaged people to find or to improve their living standard. And I can say really the privilege of being an actor of the social and economic transformation of these groups, of the informal economy in the country I've mentioned earlier. So it really be very, very gratifying, to see how people could move forward, sometimes with very little support, including technical advice.
And the world of work is changing now with many challenges, climate crises and technological changes, the pandemic. So what do you think is the role that cooperatives and wider social and solidarity economy can play in this changing environment?
Yeah, this is very, very, very important question. And I mean, as noted in the Declaration on the Future of Work, the cooperative and social and solidarity economy have a great potential, to generate decent work, productive employment, and to improve living standard for all. So, but they need to be well organized, democratically controlled, and financially sound. And if that's the case, they will still really play a very interesting roles, in the production, in the processing, and the supply of agricultural crops and other goods. On the other hand, the workers and industrial cooperatives have a very great potential also to promote employment, to contribute to job creation, and to train their own members. And very interesting, from the financial side, the corporate the credit unions, and other financial cooperatives will continue to mobilize savings and to facilitate access to institutional loans and other financial services. And this is really, really important. We also know that, most of the time cooperatives are community-based organizations, and they have a strong role to play for the community as also one of the main cooperative principles. And through that role, they have to really care not only about their own members, but about the communities as a whole, the community as a whole, including the children. So they have a strong role. They can play a strong role in the fight against child labor, and also in promoting fair recruitment or fair practices, fair labor practices for adults. And this is very, very important, particularly during this COVID-19 and beyond. In a post-pandemic context, they can really help to alleviate the ill effects, of the crisis, and they can significantly, contribute to the economic recovery process.
Mhm. Countries like Cameroon and other countries in Africa, West Africa, Francophone Africa, like Tunisia, are also seeing a growing momentum around this wider social and solidarity economy. These are, cooperatives, but also other types of community-based organizations, businesses. How do you interpret this growing momentum around social and solidarity economy?
Yes, indeed. I mean, what do we see? What do we see today? We see that, the prevailing economic model, which is governed by the market and profits, has left many people behind. And those people can't find their way, and they can't sustain themselves, not their families. So by joining forces and means with others, they can increase their income, they can improve the living standard. We also see that with the growing social, economic, demographic, financial, health challenges, including those you mentioned generated by the COVID pandemic, this social and solidarity economic offers a great alternative, for these categories of people who cannot do otherwise, if they have to do it alone. So the celebration of the cooperative of ILO COOP centenary is really a unique opportunity, to celebrate these achievements and the role of cooperatives in all regions of the world, and to highlight really the role of ILO, in this context, in the spirit of the ILO recommendation 193, on the promotion of cooperative. And I really would like to congratulate COOP for that, the cooperative branch for that, and particularly this continued support, to the movement, the strong role of ILO COOP, in enhancing partnerships around cooperatives, around the cooperative movements, around cooperative partners, including the international cooperative alliances, to build a better world, of work, where we can say really that each for all and all for each, and where this has really its full meaning, this solidarity, this conviviality, to putting all the means together to really help to improve the condition of everyone, particularly the most vulnerable.
Yeah, we need solidarity and collaboration and mutualism more than ever, no, during these times.
Exactly.
And you have been a champion of cooperatives at the ILO, so we thank you for making the time to talk with us on this occasion of ILO COOP 100, and look forward to seeing you soon.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much.